Hi folks, how's your body confidence? Too long, conversation about body confidence has been narrow. Truth is, body confidence affects all genders, from unrealistic muscle standards for men to the relentless pursuit of perfection for women. The pressure to look ideal has turned into pretty much a global crisis. So why is it that 91% of people struggle with body image? Let's look at some of the science-backed strategies that actually work for men, women, and non-binary individuals to build some lasting confidence. Today, I'm going to look at some of those issues and build some genuine body confidence and self-acceptance. Let's look at another 5 science-backed reasons why we struggle with body confidence in today's modern world. And then I'll talk to you about some practical steps to overcome these issues. So again, welcome to Peace Unplugged. If this is your first time here, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. If you're a regular visitor, then welcome back. In today's episode, I'm talking about body confidence for all body types and all genders, whether you're male or female, or non-binary, or anywhere on the gender spectrum. It's fair to say that body image issues affect just about everybody. Research shows that approximately 91% of women and 81% of men report dissatisfaction with their bodies. But here's the thing, body confidence isn't about achieving some impossible standard. It's about reshaping how we relate to ourselves. Well, let's look at 5 key real-world examples backed up by science. Let's explore why body image struggles to exist, and most importantly, what actually works to build genuine confidence. We'll start with the social media comparison trap. Here's a little example. Meet Sarah, a 28-year-old marketing professional who spends about 3 hours daily on Instagram. She follows fitness influencers, fashion bloggers, and lifestyle accounts. Every scroll leaves her feeling worse about her appearance. Yet she can't seem to stop comparing herself to the seemingly perfect bodies on her screen. Social media has presented an unprecedented crisis in body image across all genders. A 2022 study published in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health found that increased social media use correlates with higher rates of body dissatisfaction in both men and women. The problem? We're comparing our everyday reality to other people's curated highlights, and often to the digitally altered images, that even more so with the emergence of artificial intelligence. For men, there is the intense pressure to display muscular physique and height. For women, the thin ideal persists, alongside the contradictory pressure for curves. And of course, non-binary individuals face the added challenge of navigating beauty standards from multiple gender expectations. The research suggests platforms like Instagram and TikTok have algorithms that push idealized body content, creating an echo chamber of comparison. A meta-analysis in Body Image Journal analysing 50 studies concluded that social media exposure significantly predicts body image concerns regardless of gender identity. Returning to our little story, Sarah made a change. She conducted a social media audit. She unfollowed accounts that triggered negative feelings and following body diverse creators instead. Within 3 months, her body satisfaction score improved by 34%, according to self-reported measures. The science that supports this, curating your feed to include realistic, diverse bodies can reshape your mental reference points. A 2021 study in Computers in Human Behavior demonstrated that exposure to body-positive content significantly reduces appearance comparisons and improves mood. If you've not already seen it, I recommend you check out one of my previous podcasts titled Strength and Self-Love, A Woman's Guide to Empowering Fitness. I'm suggesting that we spend at least 15 minutes reviewing our social media followers. But we should ask ourselves, does this account make me feel better or worse about my body? Think about unfollowing accounts on purpose that make us feel uncomfortable, and then intentionally seek out ones that represent diverse body types and gender expressions. Now let's look at the body dysmorphia epidemic in men. Here's another little story. James is a 32-year-old software engineer who works out 6 days a week. Despite having a muscular physique that others admire, he sees only flaws when he looks into the mirror. He's cancelled social plans to fit in extra gym sessions and has experimented with supplements that worry his partner. James suffers from something many people haven't yet heard of. That is muscle dysmorphia. While eating disorders and body dysmorphia in women receive significant attention, men's body image struggles remain deeply stigmatized and under-discussed. Muscle dysmorphia, sometimes called bigorexia, affects an estimated 10% of men who lift weights regularly, according to research in the Journal of Behavioral Addictions. It's characterized by an obsessive belief that one's body is too small or insufficiently muscular, regardless of actual muscle mass. I've witnessed this personally when I was employed, working with needle provision services and advice for people injecting steroids in an attempt to improve body image. That work involved giving a lot of health advice around the use of steroids and what the side effects can be. This problem has intensified with the rise of superhero movies and the culture around social media fitness influencers. Men are now exposed to more idealized male identities than ever before. A study in Psychology of Men and Masculinity found that exposure to idealized male bodies in media predicts drive from muscularity and body dissatisfaction in men. Traditional masculinity norms discourage men from seeking help for body image issues. That creates a silent epidemic. Returning to the story of James. James's turning point came when his partner encouraged him to see a therapist specializing in body image. So through CBT, he learned to challenge his distorted thoughts about his appearance. Research published in Body Image shows that CBT interventions specifically tailored for muscle dysmorphia can reduce symptoms by up to 50% over 12 weeks. James also joined a support group where men openly discussed body image. Breaking the isolation has kept him trapped. Broader solution involves cultural change, normalizing conversations about men's body image and expanding our definition of healthy masculinity beyond muscularity. Studies indicate that media literature programs teaching critical analysis of idealized images reduce body dissatisfaction in male participants. If you're struggling with body image, regardless of gender, why not consider some professional help? Therapists trained in body image issues can provide evidence-based tools that can create a lasting change. Now let's look at non-binary bodies and what's known as gender euphoria. Here comes story number 3. Alex, who uses they/them pronouns, spent years feeling disconnected from their body. Navigating a world designed around binary gender categories, they struggled to find clothing, healthcare, and representation that affirmed their identity. Their body confidence was at rock bottom until they discovered the concept of gender euphoria. Non-binary and transgender individuals face unique body confidence challenges that cisgender people rarely consider. Research into LGBTQ health indicates that transgender and non-binary individuals experience higher rates of body dissatisfaction compared to cisgender peers, linked to gender dysphoria, the distress from incongruence between gender identity and assigned sex. The challenge extends beyond personal feelings. Society's rigid gender expectations create daily friction. A 2020 study in body image found that non-binary individuals experience pressure to conform to either masculine or feminine beauty ideals, or face invisibility when they don't. Healthcare systems often fail to provide gender-affirming care, and even body-positive movements sometimes overlook non-binary experiences. Alex's journey towards body confidence involved focusing on gender euphoria, the joy experienced when gender expression aligns with identity rather than just reducing dysphoria. They found community online and locally experimented with clothing and presentation and eventually pursued some gender-affirming procedures. Research published in Transgender Health shows that gender-affirming interventions, whether social, medical or both, significantly improve mental health and body satisfaction. Body confidence for non-binary individuals isn't about fitting existing standards, but about creating personal authenticity. A 2023 study found that community support and self-expression significantly predicted body satisfaction in non-binary adults. For allies, educate yourself about diverse identities and the specific body images regarding challenges that they face. For non-binary individuals, seek a community, whether online or in person, where your body identity is affirmed and celebrated. Now let's look at the aging body across all genders. Maria is 56 and recently retired. She noticed how her body has changed over decades. Shifts in weight distribution, elasticity, energy levels are all relevant here. Bombarded by anti-aging advertisements, she initially felt invisible and diminished. But something shifted when she reframed her relationship with aging. Ageism intersects with body image across all genders, though it manifests differently. Women face intense pressure to maintain youthful appearances, with entire industries built around anti-aging. Research in Aging and Society demonstrates that older women experience systematic devaluation based on appearance that affect social status and self-worth. And you see, men are not exempt either. They face that pressure to maintain the vigour and strength and, of course, sexual vitality. A study in Men and Masculinities found that aging men struggle with body image as they can no longer meet masculine ideals of physical strength and performance. For LGBTQ+ older adults, ageism compounds with other forms of discrimination. Research by body image shows that body dissatisfaction doesn't necessarily decrease with age. For many, it intensifies as bodies diverge further from cultural ideals. Maria joined a movement of people embracing visible aging. She stopped colouring her grey hair, focused on functional fitness rather than aesthetics, and surrounding herself with age-diverse friends. Her body confidence improved dramatically. Research supports this approach. A 2022 study found that adopting a body functionality perspective, appreciating what bodies can do rather than how they look, significantly improves body image in older adults across genders. There's also a power in representation. Seeing diverse aging bodies in media helps normalise the aging process. A study in Psychology of Women Quarterly found that exposure to older models positively affects body satisfaction in middle-age and older women. So the steps we can take: practice body functionality appreciation. Each day acknowledge 3 things that your body's able to do. That could be to walk, to hug somebody, to taste food, to create some art. Perhaps it might be to play some music. We can shift focus from appearance to capability. Now let's look at cultural body standards and intersectionality. Jamal, a black man in his early 20s, navigates conflicting messages about his body. In his community, his body type is celebrated. But in mainstream media and professional spaces, he faces different standards. Meanwhile, his friend Priya, a South Asian woman, struggles with Eurocentric beauty standards that dismiss her features and her body type. Body image doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's shaped by race, ethnicity, class, sexuality, and ability alongside gender. Research in cultural diversity and ethics minority psychology reveals that people of colour often face double binds. That is, pressure to conform Eurocentric beauty standards while also navigating culturally specific expectations within their communities. For black women, research shows that complex dynamics around hair texture, skin tone and body shape, with colorism and texturism adding layers of discrimination. A study in body image found that black women who internalise mainstream beauty ideals experience higher body dissatisfaction, while those who embrace Afrocentric beauty standards report better body image. Asian men and women face stereotypes that affect body image. Asian men are often desexualized and expected to be smaller, while Asian women face hypersexualization and pressure to be petite. Latin individuals navigate diverse cultural beauty ideals that may conflict with dominant cultural messages. Jamal engaged with social movements reclaiming black masculine beauty, while Priya connected with South Asian creators celebrating features historically dismissed by mainstream culture. Research in Psychology of Women Quarterly shows that racial ethnic identity pride protects against negative body image. When individuals embrace their cultural identity and reject assimilation to dominant beauty standards, body satisfaction improves. The solution requires systemic change, diversifying media representation, challenging beauty industry standards, and recognizing how oppression shapes body image. A 2023 meta-analysis concluded that culturally adapted body image interventions are significantly more effective than one-size-fits-all approaches. Examine how your cultural background shapes your body image. Seek out media and communities that celebrate bodies like yours. For those with privilege, actively support diverse representation and challenge narrow beauty standards. So in summary, here are 5 suggested solutions for building body confidence, and they're based on the stories that we've explored. Here are 5 suggested actionable solutions. Unfollow social media accounts that trigger body comparison, resulting in dissatisfaction. Instead, follow diverse creators representing different body types, genders, ages, races, and abilities. Research confirms that changing your visual environment reshapes your internal standards. Practice body functionality appreciation. Shift focus from how your body looks to what it can do. Create a daily gratitude for what your body can do in terms of physical capabilities. That's from mobility to sensory experiences. This is likely to significantly improve body image across all demographics. Number 3, seek community and professional support. Whether that's through therapy, support groups, or online communities, connecting with others who understand your specific challenges breaks the isolation. Evidence-based treatments like CBT are highly effective for body image concerns. Point 4, challenge and reframe negative thoughts. Learn to identify distorted thinking about your body and actively challenge those thoughts. Cognitive restructuring techniques reduce body dissatisfaction and improve mental health. Point 5, embrace identity-affirming practices, whether that's related to gender, culture, age, or other aspects to identity. Practices that affirm who you are improve body confidence. So that might include the choice of clothing, a choice of hairstyle, medical interventions, or it might simply be surrounding yourself with affirming people. Body confidence isn't a destination, it's an ongoing practice. It challenges external pressures, and ultimately it builds some self-compassion. The science tells us that change is possible at any age, any gender, any background. We deserve to feel happy in our body. We deserve to feel at home in our body, exactly as it is today. If today's episode resonates with you, I encourage you to share it with others, especially someone who might benefit from it. And remember, building body confidence is personal, and it also works with collective action. The more we challenge narrow beauty standards and celebrate body diversity, the easier it becomes for everyone. Okay, folks, thanks for listening in again. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Here's wishing you continuous peace. Bye for now.